Edgar Berlanga, the pride of Puerto Rico. I mean, this is a man who I had a lot of respect for before he fought Hamza Shiraz, and even after he fought Hamza Shiraz. I predicted that Hamza was going to knock him out, and I said that after Hamza knocks him out, I'm going to still have all the admiration and the respect in the world for him. It's because at the end of the day, he is a man who is just trying to improve himself and improve his life and his family's life. But with the excuses that he's been coming out with, not only did he lose the respect and admiration of the boxing fans in the boxing world, but most importantly, his career is in real danger. Not just because of the punishment that he took, not just because the way that he tarnished his reputation with the excuses, not just because he simply lost, but most importantly, when you accuse Hamza Shiraz of loading his gloves at a Riyadh season and a Ring magazine card, that means that you're also accusing His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, the true and the only face of boxing. You're accusing him of foul play. So what did Turki Alalshikh come out and said? He came out and said that he's not even sure that Edgar Berlanga can beat Jake Paul. Now what does that tell you? Not only does that tell you that we have lost a lot of faith in Edgar Berlanga as a fighter when it comes to his skills, but even his presence, but even the respect that he used to demand. I mean, a lot of people called him delusional for claiming that he went toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez, even though he didn't. He was on survival mode the entire time, and that is why Canelo couldn't knock him out. But the reason why Hamza knocked him out is because of the fact that Edgar wanted to fight that night. I mean, he tried to box early on, but Hamza just went at him, didn't give him a choice. And Edgar thought that this man doesn't punch, This man is a middleweight. This man lost his last fight. And what happened? What happened, Edgar? You got knocked out, flat out. You got ironed out, chinned, destroyed, everything you can think of. But the reason why Edgar Berlanga's career is in real danger, who's going to give the man an opportunity? I mean, he used to work with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn provided his biggest payday ever, gave him soft touches for 7-figure paydays versus the McCrorys and the Quigleys of the world. And then he gave him Canelo. And after that Canelo fight, he fought the gentleman who we haven't heard of, and I don't think we will ever hear of again, the man who served a prison sentence of 11 years and came out and a few months later fought Edgar Berlanga. And Edgar knocked him out, did what he was supposed to do. But what did Edgar do after that fight? He went on a killing spree of interviews slandering the name and the reputation of Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. And now what did the man do after Turki Alalshikh gave him his biggest payday and his biggest opportunity? Now he went out and started slandering and accusing His Excellency of foul play. Not just foul play, when you accuse someone of loading their gloves, I mean, if you actually think about it, that is attempted murder. To put it simply and plainly, that is attempted murder. So when you accuse someone like His Excellency and Team Shiraz of loading their gloves, that is far from a light accusation. That is the heaviest accusation you can ever make. And if you actually believe what you're saying, why not sue them? But the reason why you're not suing is because you don't really believe what you're saying. And who's going to want to work with Edgar Berlanga now? This is the reputation of the man now. After you give him his biggest opportunity, he goes out and slanders you and accuses you of foul play. So I don't think anyone is going to want to work with Edgar Berlanga anymore. And even if they do, he's going to be the B-side. And Edgar Berlanga has never won a fight as the B-side, if you actually think about it, Edgar Berlanga has only won fights as a heavy favorite. The only 2 times in his entire career where he was an underdog, he got destroyed in both fights and he barely won a single round. And that shows you that Edgar Berlanga, even though I used to have a lot of respect for the man, but let's be honest and let's be real, the man is overrated. There is no denying that the man is overrated anymore. You lost to Canelo, no shame in that, but when it comes to Hamza Shiraz, with everything that you said before the fight, this guy is a middleweight. This guy is not on my level. This guy is a bum. This guy lost his last fight versus Carlos Adames. I mean, to be honest, how can you even compare Edgar Berlanga to Carlos Adames? I believe that Carlos Adames, the smaller man and the older man, would knock out Edgar Berlanga without a problem. So, in all actuality, not only did Edgar tarnish his reputation and legacy with the ridiculous excuses that he's been making, but no promoter is going to want to work with the chosen one ever again.